Hi, welcome to another edition of Spotlight On. This week's show will be highlights from the Connecticut Film Festival. That ran June 2nd to the 7th, which was only 3 weeks ago. And we had a very good turnout. We had a lot of different filmmakers were there, a lot of movies, and there was just so much to see. You just couldn't do it all. And even in a week, it's still hard to try and get everything done. This week's show, basically, we're going to show you highlights from a pre-show we had up in the Plaid, which is up in the old Empress Theater. We're also going to show you, inside the Palace. And they also have a question and answers with Jackie Schaefer, who was the producer and director of Timer, which was the first movie that was shown on Tuesday night. This is what we'll be having on to this week. Also, coming up this week too is since this 4th of July weekend coming up. There's a lot of activities going on. Thursday night, there'll be a car and bike show at Harley-Davidson. On Friday night, depending on where you want to go, there'll be car shows at Uncle Al's and Marcus Dairy. And then on Saturday night, also Marcus Dairy will be having their car show, and also up at Southworth in New Milford. They'll be having a car show starting, I believe, around 4 o'clock until it gets dark. And then, of course, they'll have the fireworks going on up there. What else is coming up? Southern New York Racing Association will be having their reunion, which will be July 19th, which runs from like 11 to 5. All the proceeds will be going to the Pierce family. Evie and his wife have been having some health issues, so everything will be pretty much going for that. In September, instead of going on the train ride like we did last year, they'll be having a car and train show at the Danbury Museum. Train Museum, I should say, which will be, I think it's September 19th, but I'm not sure of the date because that's the tentative date, so I'll know more as time goes on. The Danbury Westerners we're still active. We still have another month of play yet, so come on out and see baseball. We have games almost every night, but just check you can check the www.westerners.com or the necbl.com to check on time and when the times are starting. Because sometimes we have double headers, they'll pop up from rainouts or or different, or each night we have a different theme for the games. If you'd like to be a guest on our show, you can contact me at rbrought@snetnet or rbrought@gmail.com. You can also look me up at MySpace/Spotlight1966 or Facebook. You can call me at 203-417-7929 or 203-748-5456. So that being said, we're going to get into the show, and I hope everybody's having a good summer so far. The kids are all out of school, this past weekend was actually perfect. We didn't really have any rain, which was a plus for a change. So, like I said, everybody, keep cool.
was happening tonight? Well, you guys are here, so that's all that matters. How about giving yourself a nice round of applause, everybody, for showing up tonight? First of all, I have to apologize. When you're running one of these events, it's like 16 hours a day for about 8 months. And last year, I actually came in like 5 minutes before to make my silly announcement, and I didn't know that a reception was put on by Housatonic Valley Cultural Alliance last year, which was sponsored by Union Savings Bank, and I did not know that happened, and I just found out about it. So luckily, our caterer, Michael Bick, from Something Squishy Catering, saved the day and put out a bunch of booze to make it happen. Thank you, Mike. So I apologize, we weren't prepared for that. What we are prepared for is putting on a killer reception afterwards, sponsored by Union Savings Bank, Michael Vick, Tom Beer, and also Tech Theatrical Services, who did all the cool, really dramatic lighting that you're going to see out there later. Not like a discotheque. We almost brought out the mirror ball, but we did. So anyway, tonight we have this great romantic comedy. It takes place in sort of an alternate LA present day. Is that right, Jack? I think it's an alternate LA present day. So it's happening now, and it's almost like an alternative time. And the movie's called Timer, as you probably know, and it's about Una O'Leary. And Una O'Leary has had a timer installed on her wrist, and she's looking for the love of her life, her soulmate. Unfortunately, her timer is not ticking at the same rate as her own personal clock, and it's at 0, or it just crosses or lines. And the only way her timer will start counting down so that she can actually meet her soulmate is by her soulmate having a timer. So she doesn't know when she's going to meet her. She doesn't know when she's going to meet her timer. It's really a drag, but I think you're going to really like it. It's sad, it's happy, it's funny. You're going to have a great time. And then director Jack Schaefer came all the way from California. She's in the back of the room. She's going to come up and answer questions for you.
Yes. George, hi. I did write it, yeah.
Did anything of that come from your life?
I see the scar in your wrist.
Right, yes. No, the timer's a real thing, and yeah, I invented it. No. Does any of that come from my life? Like verbatim? Yes. I should say no, but yes, lots of it came from my life. I'm not blonde, that's about it.
Where did you get the idea of?
For the timer, my brother was getting married. He had found his soulmate, which was awesome for him, and I was really single. My mom had one of those countdown to the big day clocks. I don't know if you've ever seen them, but you program in the date of the wedding, and it's like, hey, you have 71 days, you have 70 days, that kind of thing. And so she had it on her desk, and I just stare at it every day and be like, sweet engagement party, awesome. And I was really bitter, so I thought wouldn't it be awesome if I had this for my love life? And I thought it would solve all these problems and make life so easy and be this utopian society. And then I wrote the script and realized it would be a big, big pain in the ass. So that's where it came from. Yes?
How many days did you shoot this for, and how long did it take to edit?
It was 24 days of shooting, and editing was like a year, actually. Editing took a very long time. I went into production with I'm a first-time writer-director, so I went into production with a 118-page script, which is really inappropriate for romantic comedy, and I shot it all and cut 20 pages out of it in post, because I realized romantic comedy has no business being 118 minutes, so learn that lesson really well. Yeah.
Where did you find your actors and actresses from?
We had a casting director, a really terrific casting director, and everybody you saw auditioned except for the great Jo Beth Williams. We got very lucky with her, and Desmond Harrington, who's on Dexter. He plays Dan the Man. Michelle Borth, who plays Steph, pretty dark-haired girl. We lost our Dan the Man, and we were in a bit of a panic, and she said, hey, I know Desmond Harrington. And I was sitting with her, and she called him. And he's kind of found them often, so she swore at him a lot, and he swore back at her, and then he was in the picture. It was great.
I thought it was really great that
ambiguous. Was it always like that in the original script, or did it have
a happy bow tie ending? No, it didn't. It was really important to me I set out to do a romantic comedy that didn't end with a pretty bow. I love romantic comedies and I love how fun they are and all the wonderfulness, but they always disappoint me ultimately because it's not true. And so I wanted to do something that was fun and sucked all the goodness out of a romantic comedy, but didn't make me want to shower after I watched it. But to be perfectly honest, we got so many. I workshopped the script comprehensively with a lot of actors and friends, and we got so many comments on the end that I did write a couple alternate endings that were happier, more sort of buttoned up endings, and then ultimately I chose this one, and it's the only one that I shot, so I stuck to my guns. Oh, thank you. True fans of independent film, I love it. Yes. Did you have a question? No?
Yeah. One of the endings probably had her end up the original guy, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, and then I double-crossed you. I did. I'm clever.
How long did it take to write the script?
The script took a long time to write, about a year and a half, and that I wasn't writing the entire time. But that's how long it took, and it was about 11 drafts. Three of them were page one, like entirely different. But then there was for polishes. Yes.
How did you get it produced? Obviously, it's really, really hard to find money for things like this these days. Are you out in LA? How did you go about getting? Did you get a main actor first, or?
Right. No, we didn't actually. Yes, I'm in LA. I had 2 producers on this, and we got very, very lucky. We found private equity money through a number of connections. People who were outside the industry were at the time just interested in doing an independent film, liked me, liked the idea, thought it would be fun, and this was before everything kind of went south. So we really got it in under the wire, got very, very lucky. Of course, right now, we're having trouble selling because of the market as it is. But in terms of raising our money, we had it far easier than most people. And our investors now wish to remain anonymous because they don't want to be hit up by every independent filmmaker who's looking for funding. But yeah, so I think they had a good experience. They're proud of the film. They like seeing it. But we got really lucky.
Did you find your one yet?
Did I find my one? Oh, I almost got out of this room alive. Well, he's not here, so I'll say maybe. Thank you so much for coming.